Welcome to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert. There's my pal Susan. You don't know this guy, but you're about to. His name's Cole. Hi, Cole.
Hey, fellas and ladies, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm really good. Just came off of the class. I'm buzzing.
We're buzzing from the jam for joy. And so everybody knows what I just discovered. What does your shirt say? Good, necessary trouble. Susan, what do you think about that?
I love it. People with Parkinson's have just the best sense of humor and they display it. It's just wonderful.
What does that mean to you, Cole? Good, necessary trouble.
It's about seeing stuff and saying stuff and looking outward. And when it's okay to push envelopes and it's okay to be authentic. And in life, when you see something that needs to be changed, that you don't falter, you jump in there and you watch the community. As you all know, you watch the community rally and support and protect, and you can't go back. Even if something in your head says, I'd like to go, I'd like to take a break and maybe be a little less vulnerable, be a little bit less of something, it's too late. You've already become impactful, and I know you guys feel that with the acts. It propels you. And so I have a lot of these, and they're almost little mantras to me. Just remember who you are, and that you got a purpose, and go out there and flex.
I love that you have a lot of them. It fits right in with what I said a second ago, and it also fits in with this sort of timidity that I've had through most of my life. Going away a little bit in the last few years since I've been hanging around the Yaks world. But to display something is kind of a big deal. But now I go around with this shirt, the quoting your dad, Robert, it's relax, it's just effing Parkinson's. I'm planning on wearing into a public event on Friday. It's a Parkinson's event, but
Yeah, it's a lot to do that. And I love what you said, Cole, about you can't go back. There's a quote I think I attribute to Oprah in that regard about, once you know, you can't unknow type of thing. The spacing of consciousness to allow in, and that is vulnerability, new thoughts, new ways that pretty much are going to make us uncomfortable. Where do you go? Well, let me back up because I like that question, but I don't even know. How did you find us, and how did you become part of the group here with Yes and Exercise Jam for Joy?
Well, I love improv. I have a sort of a science, music, art background and family. So I'm a federally funded researcher and sort of neuroscience and stuff. But I also love improv probably as much as I love the science. So I'm always on the lookout for applied improv style of things. And as you all know, as leaders in Parkinson's and improv, there's an increasing interest in this applied improv. And so it was natural to see you all, and it was very easy to get connected. And the group, I expected to see folks with lived experience attempting traditional improv. And what I got was a bunch of authentic humans playing. And I don't know if they know this or not, but I know, Robert, these dudes and ladies and everybody they have a lot to teach the improv world. Because they've dropped the pretense and they are authentically mistakes and building. It's dope. It's really I come back to your online stuff, and we'll come to classes and trainings that you offer in the future, both for the applied aspects, but for the improv, for the play.
I can't tell you.
I love hearing you say that. We feel like it's different. I don't have a background in improv, but what I've seen and what I've seen with Robert is an intentional difference in the way he teaches us to understand things, including creating a word like auga that has, forgiveness built in, and, a sense of community comes right along with that.
I want to be careful to say
the difference.
I want to be careful to say I didn't create that. And many of these things I don't create. However, what's important to note within that is the focus. And I think that's part of what Cole was saying, that I take pieces of what's out there and then I bend it or apply it specifically, because the principles of improv, this can get very much, like within improv, there are camps, there are sects, there are, just like you would have in a religion. And the way it can be played can vary widely. And yeah, I mean, I've been involved in very kind of nasty improv groups, and I've been involved in very competitive ones that are highly successful and yet stressful. And what we want, because of the application here, is the ease and freedom of John Q. Public, who thinks I could never, to recognize not only can you will be more successful than you ever dreamed because of what Cole's saying.
Yeah, and as someone that, like myself, that has a foot in academic research and medical modeling community, not just Robert and the consonants after his name and his experience, but your entire group has, and I would go A to C and say not just a chance, but an obligation to help us change the medical model into community-based, right? And there's a lot to be said about that in terms of, if you like brain sciences, or if you like behavior, you like birthday parties, socialization, you really have an enriched environment. As a scientist that likes enriched environment studies, you've created what people might think of as mundane. It's the magic. It's the magic. And so any way I can support that, it's nice to see groups like yours that is also powered by the lived experience, by the way. That's also the magic. It's not expert culture. It's all of us co-creating.
Cole, can you stick around for just a minute? Because this is good. And I think we're scratching the surface. So I'm going to do another episode. Okay. So one more episode with Cole, because at least one, because he's getting good stuff. This is your daily dose.